I like the dark. It's friendly. What's up, guys? Welcome to 31 Days of Horror. I am Morgan Film Fan. Let's jump into some scares. Cat People was a film that was released in 1942 and was given the glorious treatment by Criterion Collection, as they are always good at, bringing up classic films and important films of the century, pretty much. And this is obviously in black and white. It's a huge classic that actually has no cat people in it at all. It's definitely a misleading one. I knew that going in already, but this is like infamous for being called Cat People and not having cat people in it. So, what's it about? It's this guy named Oliver. He meets this woman at a zoo, and her name is Irene. And Irene is a sketcher, basically, for fashion. And she sketches animals for fashion photos and whatnot. He meets this woman, they get to know each other, she invites him back to her place, and they start to get along, kind of get to know each other pretty much. And this woman has a lot of superstitions. She begins to tell a story about, she's from Serbia, and apparently she's from this village that was very superstitious, and hundreds of years ago there was a lot of evil going on with slavery and stuff like that. And a lot of people began to apparently turn to the devil and start worshiping the devil and turn away from Christianity. And the legend is that a lot of like these people were represented as cat people, pretty much. And apparently the most wicked and most evil ran off to the mountains and were never seen again, kind of thing. So legend has it that they're still like roaming the earth as wicked witches and stuff like that, or cat people as they like to call it. Apparently these cat people harness evil, kind of thing. So she has huge superstitions on this, and she believes that she herself has this evil flowing through her and has a really hard time connecting with people and doesn't want to get close to this guy Oliver because of this. Cats don't seem to like her. Anytime she's around them, she mentions, like, cats never seem to like me. This guy buys her a parakeet at one point, and the parakeet ends up dying, and she claims that he died as soon as she like opened the cage and wanted to like grab the bird. He just collapsed and fell. So she has this this huge superstition that basically starts to turn into borderline psychosis throughout the film. Mostly this film is pretty much symbolism. That's what the cat people thing is all about. There's a panther involved because there's a zoo right by her house, and there's this panther that she kind of like has this weird psychological connection with. There's a lot of symbolism with that, and it's just Oliver's struggle to try to connect with this woman that he loves dearly, but has a hard time doing so. There's another character introduced as well who Oliver works with named Alice, and eventually he starts to form a bond with Alice as well, and then there's that struggle with, do I deal with this woman that I love that's a bit cuckoo, or do I deal with this woman that also I can have a future with and, you know, is a little bit more grounded and down to earth. But it's a cool film. It's beautifully shot. I mean, there's scenes like on the street with street lamps and, you know, darkened sides and darkened panels and brick walls, and it's the way a black and white film should be. This film also feels completely timeless, I must say. For a 1942 film, it doesn't feel dated at all. It feels like a timeless film that just doesn't age, other than the black and white and you know, the way people talk and stuff like that. But other than that, it's super relatable, and it's super relevant to just life in general. Like it's really really cool, and I love films like this that don't just tell linear stories and like by the numbers plot lines. I like how they test the audience with symbolism and kind of what's left in the background kind of thing. Like the scariest things are the things you don't see kind of thing. This is one of the first films to introduce that idea and do it really, really well. So Jacques Tourneur, the director of it, did a really good job on that. And this was also produced by Val Lutin, who was one of the first horror producers in Hollywood, because this was at a time where there was not a lot of horror, especially not a lot of heavy-handed horror. So the psychological horror aspects of this is really, really cool. So although there's actually no actual like legitimate cat people in the film, leaving cat people as a metaphor, I think, is a much better way to go about this film. There's, back to the cinematography, there's beautiful scenes of snow. Watching this on a winter night or watching it on like a rainy, late night kind of thing, it would be just perfect. It would be so suited to the type of film that this is. There's a character who plays the zookeeper. He's like the maintenance guy. He's so funny because he's so chill, and all he does is like, he just works and sings, and he's just jolly all the time. His character made me laugh. I'm like, I like this guy. I would get along with this guy completely. There's a cool scene at a Serbian restaurant involving Irene, where this woman, who everybody says looks like a cat, comes up to Irene and she says something. She says, Moja sestra, or something like that, which apparently is like a greeting or an introduction. And Irene gets so scared because this woman looks like a cat, and Irene like blesses herself because this stranger came up to her and just introduced herself randomly, and she started thinking about her paranoia and about this legend and what do you call them? Not urban legends, but like superstitious bedtime stories kind of thing, with this history in this village that she had. But overall, I really enjoyed this film. It does what it intends to do perfectly, and I really highly recommend this release too. It looks great on Blu-ray, as Blu-rays of old films always do, but Criterion always does a phenomenal job. It also comes with a little booklet of an essay by Jeffrey O'Brien, and one of the best features that Criterion's can offer is essays that from like film historians or film, professors and stuff like that, that really, really dive deeper into the film. This is a film that has lots of rewatch value and you can dive really deep into. So that's Cat People from 1942. This is day 20. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like my voice, if you like to listen to my reviews. And 31 days of horror is still on its way. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe. Till next time, cheers.